Hello, it's day 189, and I want to talk about the OG Djerquad. This one is for my fat friends out there. My friends, think back to your childhood. Think back to the earliest memories you have of being aware that you were fat. If you've been fat your whole life, chances are you can probably pinpoint one OG Djerquad, the person who first made you aware that you were going to be the subject of constant ridicule and disrespect for your size. Fat little kids grow up very quickly, and if you're a parent or if you're a caretaker of young children, you need to be really aware that even if those young kids are perfectly well behaved around you, the fat kid is getting bullied. The fat kid is getting put down. The fat kid gets to hear about it probably every time that you're out of the room. And unfortunately, I feel like I have to talk about ridicule and judgment every couple weeks on this channel because I am still the subject of a lot of ridicule and judgment. I do not talk about weight loss and fitness very much in my life. In fact, there are probably two people in my life who ever even get a mention of my weight, and that is my dad and one of my coworkers. Neither of those two people are very judgmental. However, I still get a lot of blowback because of my size. I get it from random strangers sometimes. I get it from my brother all the time. And really, my brother should have outgrown it a long time ago. But for me, my brother is the OG Djerquad. He is the one who made my life a living hell when I was a kid and continues to do so whenever he can, because I really don't think that he has any other way that he can interact with me. I think if all mentions of weight and body shape were taken off of the table, my brother would be completely silent around me. But my fat friends, I want to warn you, okay? I think that when you're young, I think that the normal response to getting ridiculed for your weight is to shut down and to withdraw into yourself. I think that most fat kids learn how to be shy. I think most fat kids learn how to be weak. And I think a lot of fat kids learn a heck of a lot about weight loss because they think that they can fix the problem on their own. But fat adults, especially fat adults who were once fat kids, I think that we have to be very, very careful about the way that we react to the jerkwads in our life. Because I think at a certain point you switch over from being sad and shy to being angry. And I think that, at least in my own personal experience, that anger is very frightening for me because that anger burns very hot. And I am afraid that at some point I am going to not be able to control it anymore. I'm afraid that I'm going to lash out at one of these jerks in my life, and I don't really know what I'm going to do when that day comes. I'm still a repository of diet information, okay? I am still trying so hard to fix my problem so that I can fit in and not have to deal with it. But I do realize at this point that that's never going to happen. I am always going to be a fat person. And even if I do manage to lose weight, I will always have the fat heart. Not like, having a heart attack, not that kind of fat heart. I mean, like, I'm going to have the spirit of a fat person for the rest of my life. I have lived a good third of my life. Let's be real, I'm probably not going to make it that long. I've lived a good third, maybe even half of my life fat. And even if I manage to turn it around right now, the people in my life are not going to let up because that's how they've controlled me for so dang long. It's exhausting. I'm exhausted right now. I am exhausted from having to deal with that jerkwad, and I don't really know what to do anymore. My fat friends, you have to focus on yourself for the sake of yourself. If you're trying to change yourself for somebody else's vision of what you should look like or somebody else's hope for what you're going to be in the future, that is just a recipe for failure.